What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a vertical slice demo for promotional purposes that was put out by the developers of Cthulhu Keeper. This is a game, as you may have guessed from the nomenclature here, that is trying to be like a Cthulhu Lovecraftian themed version of Dungeon Keeper. There have been a lot of games that have stepped up to the plate and tried to take over Bullfrog's mantle, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't think any of them have actually pulled it off. There's always been some kind of major fumble, or there's always been some kind of like major slip up. I guess you could go with War for the Overworld. I think was probably the most successful one, but as of yet we haven't really gotten that Dungeon Keeper game that replaces Dungeon Keeper in being referred to as the main game of that type. This game seems pretty cool from what I've seen so far. I took a look at the promotional materials, and it seems like we've got our dungeon building with our evil hand digging underneath the ground. It seems like we get to summon monsters and defend against raids. It seems like we have agents that go up above the surface and do like these little quasi-stealth missions to like assassinate people or drag them back to the base as sacrifices. So it should be a good time. Today we're going to play the game for about 30 minutes. We're going to see if it suits your fancy. I'm going to do some light first impressions work here as well with things that jump out at me as needing to be changed. It should be a fun 30 minutes, but the link to the game is down below. You can check out the playtest there, which I got into earlier this week. On top of that, you can also take a look down there and find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links, which you're more than welcome to give the old love and touch and squeeze and clicky clicky to. But let's play the game. So our cult leader is Lilith West, and it looks like she's got big-time tentacle problem. It also seems like she's got a killer case of pink eye. See, that's why you don't fart on people's pillows right there. Okay, let's go with her.
In a forsaken place where hope had lived, the birth of a nightmare, a tale arose. Glimpses of the twisted experiments emerge in the darkness. Her eyes, black mirrors of an abyssal soul.
They're feeling poetic. They had to hit me with the Robert Frost right there. What a lovely night. If only I knew how I got here. I must proceed, but the way ahead is unknown to me. No matter, the voices will guide me as they always have. Okay, so we can move her around. At least she's got like a big gnarly shank, so that's good. And what does that mean right there? Some objects can be interacted with. Okay, I could have just gone for the... Ooh, we got gold? Let me get that money, though. And a fountain pen. I don't know what the fountain pen's going to be useful for. Maybe we have to write our memoirs or something later on down the line. Looks like we can run by double-clicking as well. All right, open up that gate. And let's proceed. Let's get out of town. Blasted obstacles and ignorant apes, they're dogs too. I must avoid them for now. Each shall perish soon enough. It is inevitable. Okay, so she's like escalating straight to murder right off the bat. There's not going to be too much more than that. Our goal here is to kill humanity. Fair enough. We can move into a bush and hide. Okay. Let's move inside of a bush. Looks like some enemies have like vision cones or something, so we need to like get around behind this thing and maybe loot this box. A whole bunch of gold back here, a steel ring, a handful of change, and a cigar, just in case we wanted to get our acid blue on by the time we get out of here. I'm going to wait for these guys to leave, and then I think we've just got to make a quick snap over to this side, and we should be good to go.
It shall be done.
All right, off we go. In through the bushes. And into the next area. The masters, they instruct me to leave no witnesses. They trust me to bring about their will, and I must not disappoint them. I must not be seen. Okay. I can attack this guy.
Yes, master.
Oh, she just hopped up on his back like a spider monkey. Ooh, they drop loot? That makes me happy. I can harvest his corpse? Yeah, let's do it. Oh. Okay, yeah, I really wish that I had that power in real life. You ever get cut off in traffic while you're trying to get onto the 80 and sort of like deep down wish that you could just like explode their car with your mind? Or like they won't let you in, like they're blocking you off as you're trying to merge and they're like speeding up and slowing down to stop you, and you just think, man, I really wish some giant tentacles would come out of the ground and just explode them. I don't know, maybe I have violence issues, I don't know. Let's take this guy out. Nobody heard that, huh? I feel like the violent act of stabbing a guy to death in broad daylight, probably. Oh, get in the bush. Get in the bush.
Certainly.
Okay, we'll go over here. I gotta get this guy. This dude looks like he's strapped up right now. This dude looks like he's got like a crazy amount of ordnance on him. Either that or he's got some kind of cool magical dagger. I don't know when this guy's gonna turn around, but hey, we gotta get him. He's not really turning around. I'm just gonna go for it. Perfect.
Once.
Take him out. Man, it took forever to kill that guy. He was sturdier than everybody else. All right, so we've got a tin talisman, an empty bottle. Do I have to pick and choose what I bring with me? How do I know what loot is good? Oh, it's equipment. Give me the leather belt then. What does the leather belt do? It gives me less running sound, and it makes me more quiet while I'm stabbing people to death violently. I like that they have little Diablo stats in here. We've also got a healing grog in case we got hurt, a crystal ampule. It gives us plus 30 to our max health, so that'll be nice. And then we've got a tin talisman over here that looks like it raises my enlightenment. But at this point in the game, I don't know what enlightenment is going to do. Do I need to harvest these guys? Do I get like anything for... Does it give me resources or something? It does. It's giving me eyeballs and torn flesh. Just the Christmas gift that every girl craves. That's what I got my wife last Christmas. I'm like, here you go, baby. Big old box full of severed kidneys, ripped out eyeballs, and torn flesh. We had a wonderful, wonderful Yule season. I know this neighborhood. The clinic must be this way. Just one more challenge to overcome. That's good because I want to get to the base building portion soon. We can grab an eyeball. Okay. Oh, that's what the eyeballs do. They allow me to use, like, Eldritch Vision. Was that going to be noisy? I wasn't sure if that... Oh, I lost all my equipment. But I just had super awesome equipment, dude. Okay, stay behind here. And then you're just going to chuck that over there. And then you're going to kill this mock. Get him. Take him down. He's probably evil anyways, dude. Yeah, get him right there. He's probably one of those people that gets on, like, Bart and just has, like, a loudspeaker playing off their backpack. He's probably that guy. He probably deserves this. All right, the Amulet of Change. It only gave me $5. Not a very valuable amulet, but okay. Are we there? That was a very short level. Lilith's past is a tapestry of tragedy and ambition, a brilliant mind in the field of neurobiology. Her unorthodox methods and theories on consciousness and death saw her ostracized by peers, but it was the untimely death of her closest companion, driven mad by visions of otherworldly entities, that set her on a new path. Mistress, you've arrived at the perfect time. Is that so, nurse? Our excavation brought results. We found a mysterious structure underneath the clinic. Show me. Okay, let's go see if we can find this awesome structure. Can you guys all come with me? Yeah, you guys all come with me. I want squad out here. I want entourage. Okay, so what are we looking at? Is this our guy right here? Ooh, yeah, okay. I see what we're playing with. Maybe I shouldn't have brought all these guys because now we're getting clogged like a toilet in the middle of the dungeon. Hold on, go over here. All right, and on this side, we're searching. Fascinating. I must immediately expand this operation, research this anomaly. Ooh, okay, so we've been given, like, base building controls now. Is there a way to get rid of that visual fuzz, dude? I hate that VHS filter that's on, like, every single indie game nowadays. It doesn't look like I can. It's not inside the options, so I think that's just sort of, like, baked in. If I wanted people to excavate, there's our excavate. We have an excavation gun. All right. Definitely feels like Dungeon Keeper. I gotta dig a clay tablet out of the ground. All right, well, I'm gonna keep this, like, somewhat open. Dude, what are these little zombie things running around? Hold on. Those aren't my cultists. What are these? A ghoul. I have been given control of the undead, and now things shall get ghoulish. All this digging makes so much noise. My minions! We must choose our next step carefully unless we want our enemies to discover our hideout. All dungeon activity like digging, building, and upgrading causes threat. Threat will attract intruders, and we don't like intruders. Okay, so my threat level's kind of low right now, but they want me to build a library, so let's get into our facilities right here. And it looks like the library fits perfectly, so the cultists, are they gonna do it? Who gonna do this? It looks like actually the game runs, so there's a certain amount of things we can do inside of our base per day. I don't know how real time the base is going to be. Like, I can RTS my little guys around and make them move, but it looks like construction and stuff like that is gated by the day that you're on. All right, so the library's been there, and then we need to unlock the deep one. There he is. Let's unlock him. Confirm. I summon thee with my flesh. Pretty high production values right here, in all honesty. Like, I'm really liking some of these transitions and the general game feel of the UI. Having a UI that feels good to interact with is kind of one of those underrated things in games that I think gets thrown out with budgetary constraints. And I'm glad to see, like, this game actually has a good feeling UI while you're interacting with stuff. So they've got a frenzy ability that makes them go faster and makes them hit harder, but they take more damage. So it's basically like a berserk mode. And they can hit him with the old llama and just give him that old and just like shoot a loogie at him if you want. Good work, my patients. The altar will allow us to bring forth more perfect beings. Together we will heal the world. Can I control him? Oh, dude, look at my little deep one right here, dude. Look at him. Look at my little deep one. He's pretty awesome, dude. I had a Plecostomus when I was a kid that was like 1.5 feet long. I had him inside of like a big aquarium that I got for Christmas one year because when I was a kid, I was really into aquariums. And like, he just sat at the bottom of the tank. He didn't really even do anything. He lived for like 15 years, and then one day he just like spontaneously died. He was so big that I couldn't flush him down the toilet. I actually had to give him a proper burial in the backyard. I had to like dig a hole and bury him inside of it, and then put rocks on top of it because we lived in the country, and I didn't want raccoons to get him. I don't know, dude. I was weirdly sentimental about this silent giant fish that just sat in my room for 10 years. They want me to give him a jungle habitat? Okay. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. So what did that do for me? I can drop the deep one onto his new habitat. Okay, let's drop him onto his habitat. Is he happier now? Build a portal from the facilities menu. All right, so it wants me to build a portal over here. Let's go ahead and start excavating. I don't know exactly where I want to excavate from. Let's go from here. That looks nice. Give it just like a little hallway right there. Yup, you guys dig it up. I believe in you. Good stuff. All right, so we've got that all hollowed out. Let's give him the portal over here. And what's the portal going to do for? Am I going to summon more guys? I'm pretty enamored with my adorable little fish man over here. If I make his habitat bigger, can I have more of them? Aw, dude, you barred him in? Why? Just let him roam, dude. He's totally friendly. He loves people. Yeah, don't worry about that. He's just excited. And so from the portal room, it looks like we can go out on missions. Okay. Let's go on a mission. It's in Oslo, so we're actually conquering, like, the real world right now. A place of power. Must be. Subtle little witch. Well, not really subtle. I'll beat you over the brow, Witcher reference. It calls to me.
Must be patient.
There's a guy over here, though. Can I go in the bushes? I would like to be in das Bushes. I am protected by the power of the ficus. None can view me inside of my ficus. Get him, take him down. Good stuff. All right, handful of change so that we can dig a little bit more. A cigar, a gun holster, and then obviously we need to consume his body for flesh too, because I have to have something to feed to the deep one.
Are patient.
We found a fountain pen inside of a plant. I do like that they have breakables on the map. Are there any more fun breakables? What happens when I empower myself? Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that right there. You guys are welcome, if you want to phonetically spell it out for me down in the comments if you think you've got a good hack at it. Select the pylon. Oh. Get his ass. Go, my deep one. Feast upon his flesh. Make him die. Hell yeah. It looks like there's an entire area down here. What's down here? Can I cross this? No, that's just like ancillary spacing for thematic pacing. Okay. There's a bunch of flesh over here. I do like how it picks stuff up when you just mouse over it. It makes life easier. Come, Deep One. Let us transition to more murder. I'm eager to see what this creature can do.
Old ones stir.
Move your Deep One into hiding for your next lesson. Okay, he's hiding in the bushes. Get him with the loogie. Good job, Craig. That was fantastic. Did I mention that I've renamed my Deep One Craig? He's my new hero. Can he kill a guy from stealth just like everybody else can? Let's find out. Sneak up on him. He's kind of making noise right now, but it's okay. Impressive. I need to keep up. I want to study the monstrosity further. I just hope I can create enough corpses to keep it fed. I mean, he's not that big, all things considered. Like, what are we talking here? Hold on. Let's have her. Let's assume that she's like a normal woman's height of like 5'9", 5'8". What's the average height for women in America? Because for men, it's 5'8". So for women, it's got to be like 5'6", 5'7". It's got to be in there. He's roughly 5 feet tall. Like, yeah, dude, he's got a little bit of a dunk on him, and he's got like a little bit of a head, but I can't imagine he's like much more than 200, 250 pounds maybe. It's not going to take that much to feed him. He'll probably go through like a bag of dog food a day, which is actually kind of terrifying because dog food is horrifically expensive. Onwards! All right, so we're back to base, and we can make traps. Okay, let's get our excavator. And we'll excavate those two right there because it wants me to make booby traps when people come into my clinic. This is the wrong place to go if you end up with a case of typhoid or you end up with a sprained ankle. You are not going to want to visit me. I promise. It's a mistake. I've got $500 right now, so I'll put a bow trap right there. Didn't it want one on the other side too? I'm going to do another one on the other side. There we go. I want both of my corridors to be covered. Okay, so we've got to embark on a new mission. This one is no doubt going to make us all kinds of new friends. I was hoping that I got to see some idiot mook walk into my booby traps over here and get, like, flayed to the wall by crossbow bolts. Well, what are you going to do? What happens if I have someone praying? Oh, I can summon even more monsters if I have cultists sitting around worshiping at the portal. Okay, what does this one do?
I'm on it.
It looks like my monsters attack harder and they deal more damage to the enemy's sanity. Is there any researches I can do? I can summon a Gug? Ooh, I want the Shambler. How do I get the Shambler? Dude, I'm a big Lovecraftian mythos fan. I have like all of the board games. I have like Mansions of Madness. I have Arkham Horror. I got loads of board games around this. So like I know what all these creatures are and whatnot, except for the Zoog. I don't know what a Zoog is, but I know what a Yith is. I know what a Night Gaunt is. I know what a Shambler is. I know what a Hound of Tyndalos is. I know what a Gug is. I know what a Dole is. I know what a Sithonian is, too. So it looks like we actually dedicate to a different greater old one as well. We've got to pick between Hastur, Nyarlathotep, and Cthulhu. Okay, let's go on another mission. So I can raid someone over there, or I can get... Oh, that was the intro over there. We don't want to do that. We can go to Alexandria. Yeah, let's go to Alexandria. Let's do this thing. We'll take our Deep One with us, and we'll just see if we can terrorize Alexandria for a little bit. Prowling in the city, collecting resources, and causing havoc is called an expedition. In order to complete an expedition, you must progress through a node map, overcoming challenges at each step. Okay, sounds good. So we've got grave robbing over here as our first task of villainy. Let us go about our larcenous ambitions.
Reveal your purpose.
Okay, so first things first, we gotta like summon up our boy over here. There we go. Get him out here. I'll probably go first just to see who's around. So he's over there. I don't know if I have any eyeballs right now. I don't see eyeballs on my list of stuff that I can do. But if I can get her into here, I can potentially assassinate him. You get into the bushes.
Shadows move against us.
And we're going to have to move fast on this guy. Otherwise, he's going to see it. This lady right here is going to see us. Maybe I should kill the civilian first. Oh, there's another one over here.
The stars are
Get the grave real fast. Are you going to be able to get that before he turns around? Another question. Is he going to investigate the fact that I just dug up a grave right in front of him? Ooh, we got one of the things that lets us do research. Hell yeah. Okay, rock up on this dude. Go get him. I want to see what happens when civilians get involved.
I can't handle this.
She's terrified. Go eat her real fast. Yeah.
I need help.
Run away, run away. Flee. Get in the bushes.
The abyss rejects you.
Oh god, I've been shot. Deep one. It's okay. Deep one saved me, although my health is kind of bad right now. Let's grab the bottle. And what else do we have around here? We got a syringe. What does the syringe do for me? It gives me more attack damage. And a tome of Cthulhu's Gaze. Get that gold tooth real quick. Come back here and get in the bushes. You come down this way.
The stars whisper tonight.
There's a civilian back here, and I have an ability that says that I can reanimate people in my service. So I think I would like to try that. Let's take this guy down real quick. Down he goes. Yeah, do reanimation on him. Oh, I got a zombie army and you can't harm me. Who do you voodoo, bitch? Alright, we got this. Self-sacrifice. Explode, damaging all enemies in the area. It takes a few seconds and can be interrupted by premature death. Yeah, premature death feels like one of those things that I'd like to avoid. I'd like to be in these bushes right here so that I can jump this guy. We got to kind of be careful because our health is low.
Your time.
Okay, get up in there. Actually, we might be able to take him now. I don't know. There you go. Take him down. Take him down. Take him down. Oblivious civilian saw nothing. Let's go back over here. Stab that guy. He tried to fight me, but it wasn't going to work out after that knife to the head. We've got a smoke bomb added to my inventory. Okay. How do I use the smoke bomb? Activate to throw, causes noise, and generates sight blocking in an area.
Yes.
Okay, let's harvest some corpses real quick. Can my pets dig up graves?
I feel an unwelcome presence.
Use a cultist to dig this up. So zombie can't do it, but everybody else can. All right. Fair enough. Let me dig up these graves. First grave gave us one of the tablets that we need for research, so that's good. And then this one over here, handful of change, fountain pen, and a syringe. Okay, so we can kind of like tailor our build depending on what we want to do. So like, if I take this right here... Okay, so you can't have duplicates, but we can put that bottle on that gives us 10 more HP. There's also something in the trash can over here, and I'm like really, really, really looty in video games, so I would like to continue being looty. Let's get out of here. Let's go to the gate. Gate's open, and we're out here, bro. We're out here. We've got an ambush over on this side that we've got to play around with. Your enemies have blocked the path forward, and they're waiting for you to make a mistake. Your only objective is to get to the exit alive. Oh, so they put out like a search party for me. Okay, all right. Okay, so what am I looking at here? I've got a bottle, and I've got a tome of Cthulhu's Gaze. All right. Let's go over here, and first things first, we'll kind of see what we can do. These guys have really big vision cones, so we need to be aware of that as we're going through the game. Maybe step back a little further into the bush. I don't know if I can get this guy right here. Their cones go out pretty far.
The shadows are patient.
Like if I could get this guy and then also banish his corpse before I run back into the bushes. Oh, he might see the body. I don't think it banished in time. Okay. Give me a zombie over here. You go back to the bushes. You kind of get back over this way. So I've only got to get over to there to escape. It's not actually that bad.
They know not what awaits.
Our throw range is, like, pathetic. What
We
if...
must be patient. We are ever watchful.
I think you...
Am I seeing
It's
things?
in the
Alright, he's terrified. Let's get out of here. That's what that Tome of Cthulhu's Gaze was for. We're out of here, bro. You can't catch me. I'm like a glass ghost greased up, bro. You can't get me. Alright, what's our opportunity over here? Encounters that promise great reward for close to no risk. I mean, that sounds like an all-around win to me.
Shadows move against us.
Yeah, there's lots of things moving against us right now. Get in the bushes. First things first, your entire job is to be inside bushes right now. So there's just like a boat that... Oh, there's like an entire stockpile of stuff over here. Treasure chests. I like treasure chests.
Of
Take him.
course.
Gotcha. A silver circlet. That's a really weird thing for a random guy with a
Your
gun in town to
time
have.
will come.
Just saying, that's an odd piece of jewelry for him to
Yes,
have.
master.
Like a silver tiara. We got a bunch of money in here. We got some moccasins. We got a pocket watch.
Find you.
More gold. More goodies. Yup, this is exactly why I got into the Eldritch business. To stack fat doubloons. What's up with the Moxican? Do I get to keep this stuff, or is it just like specific to the run that you're currently on? Like it gives you like a little bit of a roguelite in-between phase, I guess, to the game. I'm gonna use this healing grog real fast to get my health back. The Tome of Cthulhu's Gaze is nice, so I'll probably hold on to that.
Once.
Another syringe won't be that helpful, though. Don't need more syringes. Okay, so this is basically like this vertical slice is mostly just sort of like a tutorial, getting you acclimated with the mechanics that you're going to be playing around with when the game actually gets funded or when it comes out. If they're doing a vertical slice right now, my guess is that they're shopping around for publishers. But from what I've seen so far, the game plays very, very well. Like, it feels nice to play. A guard is approaching. Unleash my man. Free my man. Let him out. He'll handle this. Why is there a guard approaching? Deal with him? Okay. Onwards, Craig! Feast upon his flesh! Get him, Craig! Yeah, Craig doesn't care. Craig got them hands. Mess him up, Craig. Show him that Krav Maga. So he's been exploded into 1,000 million different pieces now. And that's going to be the end of our demo. But it will let me build a temple, I think. What's a temple going to cost me? What does a temple do? It lets you recruit cultists using your insanity. We do have some insanity on board. How big is the temple? It's a 3x3? Okay, I can live with that. Let's excavate a little bit. And then we'll just go little 3x3 action right there. Dig, my ghouls. Give me more space from which to expand my empire. And then we'll put a temple down in here. Oh, it's a 4x4. I done screwed up. Okay. I suppose I'll keep this for something later on then. We'll go over here. And then we'll go with our 4x4. Yeah, I don't really have too much. Oh, dude. Well, unfortunately, there's a rock wall right there that I can't dig through. Damn. Can I fit a 4x4 down here? I can. All right, so our temple will be down here, right on this side of the wall. It's okay. We want it to be right by the entrance. That way people can hear the throat singing and like the as they get closer. We want them to hear that. It's part of the cinematography. Give me a temple. And then it's got one cultist assigned, and it'll take till tomorrow. And then we've got a meat grinder over here. I mean, every game with me in it turns into a meat grinder. Let's go right there. Hopefully there's no rocks. On the plus side, we get a little bit of gold, so that'll be good. Yeah, get them ghouls in there. Perfect. Okay, let's get our meat grinder too, because I'm probably going to have to feed some of these pets at some point. All right, so the meat grinder doesn't have anybody working on it, but the temple is good to go over here. Intruders coming. That's not bueno. I would rather there not be intruders coming. Where's Craig?
Didn't sound right. Please, I don't want any trouble.
Big Craig, get him. Yeah, don't let him run. Don't let him get away, dude. If they inform people about what we're up to, that's going to be real bad for us. Perfect. If I put him back in his habitat, does he heal? He's just like my little fishy dog boy homie, dude. I want him to get his HPs back. There's some loot and stuff around here, but I don't know if I want to go for it. So does that make him get his health back now that he's hanging out inside there? How do I upgrade it? Ooh, for 110 flesh, do it. A level 2 deep one. Did his graphic change at all? I can't tell. Upgrade him again. Ooh, he went golden like a Call of Duty Prestige. Nice. I like him much better now that he's golden, now that he's much more tacky. I kind of dig it now. That's the good stuff right there. So the meat grinder, does that just like generate meat for us?
Unite under the stars.
So we get more flesh and we get more eyeballs. Okay. I need to summon some more minions as well. So we've got Oscar, Wilbur. Let's get Wilbur, I guess. Yeah, recruit like all these guys. There we go. Now we've got a whole bunch of these dudes. Sweet. All right, so we got a whole bunch of cultists now that can help out with production on other machines.
For the greater purpose.
How do I see how many cultists I have available versus unavailable for assigning to jobs? Kind of like RimWorld style, you know what I mean? It's going to be one of those things I got to sort out. I don't see where I see my total on cultists here on the screen. Difficult to say, but either way, this is Cthulhu Keeper. Honestly, this feels and plays really, really great for a super basic tech demo that's just meant to attract people to fund a game. Normally, anybody trying to emulate Dungeon Keeper, there's usually problems with the game, and I haven't seen any just yet. The stealth system works, the combat works, everything feels impactful and meaningful. It feels good to dig out the various little areas. They're not making the mistake of totally riddling the game with corny humor. They're kind of like leaning into their theming so that you actually feel like a bad guy. I'd be excited to see what the final result looks like for this game. I'm looking forward to it. This is Cthulhu Keeper. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, Cthulhu Keeper. Tomorrow, something else. Go check out the playtest. It's pretty fun. This is a pretty solid facsimile of Dungeon Keeper with like an extra stealth mission sort of Pokemon collecting eldritch monsters lair to it. I like it. See y'all later.